Good evening, good evening, good evening. And this is Willie A. Price. Willie A. Price speaks. And welcome to A Better You Lifestyle. And yes, I am your host, A. Price. We're here. Let's see if that's going on. And you can hear me. So we're good. Just want to make sure. I mean, today. This is our second week of the show, second Sunday of the month. Willie A. Price, Willie A. Price Speaks, A Better You Lifestyle, where we talk about everything going to help you to create a better for you, your family, kids, your community, whatever it is you want to create that help make it better. That's what we're here to do. So normally I'm just going to shoot through it real quick because I have a great topic I want to every week we do a different show. Starts at 8 o'clock every Sunday. I try to be on here every Sunday, and we normally go about a half hour, so it's not too bad. Um, First week where it's all about helping you understand who you are, what your specialized skills and abilities are, what makes you you, what makes you different from everybody else, what makes you, what is your niche, what is it that makes your life better. What is it about you that you can use to make your life better? All those kind of things. That's all understanding your you. Who are you and where are you trying to go? What's it going to take for you to get there? Why are you willing to commit to it? Who are you? That's understanding your you. Our second week is A Mother's Love. And A Mother's Love, we gave it that title because it's all about helping you as a parent work with your children, help them to understand who they are, how special they are, what special abilities and special niches that they have that you could use to create a better lifestyle for themselves. Because we all have certain skills and abilities that we can put into use to help us have a better life for ourselves and for our families or whoever. So showing our children that they too are important and showing them how they can create a better life for themselves as well. So then we go into which is financially you. And financially you is all about just that, helping you to create a better future, whoever, helping you to create a better financial understanding for yourself, financial opportunities for yourself, understanding financial literacy. What is financial literacy? And are you literate in your finances? How are you handling your finances? Are you handling your finances? Not even how, but are you handling your finances? A lot of people, I've met people who don't even have a bank account and using check cashing places. So, I mean, just that bad in some situations. So then finally, we do making your house your home. And making your house your home is all about how to create your real estate, whether it's starting a business in real estate, whether it's like a property management, property inspections, weatherization, anything in real estate, becoming an investor, whatever the case may be, or like I said, becoming an investor, being a homeowner, a property. That's what that discussion is all about. Create the best opportunities for your home to work for you instead of you working for home. Like I said, reducing energy costs or reducing your utilities, lowering your taxes, just grants available to help you to fix up your home. We talk about all those things. So it's something that you want addressed, hit me up with a mess and I'll research it and I'll present it to the group. So again, that's what we do. Every week we do a different subject. Tonight, we are doing A Mother's Love. And A Mother's Love, I gave it the title Child Support. I gave it the title Child Support. And the first thing you think about when you hear child support is paying out some money. But what is child support? In my mind, child support is not just paying out money, not just being able to write a check to your child and go on about your business. And when I hear that word child support, we're already thinking we're about to go to court for something. We're about to go to court and have to pay out some money because either, we haven't taken care of the child, or because the mother is upset with us about some reason, whatever, whether we've moved on with somebody else, or we're not together anymore, or we're not getting along, whatever the case may be. And she takes the father to child support for court for child support. So when you hear that word child support, what does it mean to you? But for me, it means more than just a check. So if that's what you thought we were going to talk about tonight, you're wrong. So we're not talking about paying out money for child support. What we're talking about with child support is that how do you support your child? How are you supporting your children and the people in your the children in the household, whether you're a father, whether you're a mother, and how does that work? Are you working together? And the reason why I want to do this discussion is because, excuse me, I got people sending me messages. The reason why I want to do this discussion is because recently, as many of you may know, I do a boys mentoring program in one of the schools in Niagara Falls, Hyde Park Elementary School. And I do a boys mentoring program. We have on the average, about 16 boys that participate in the program. We do everything from hygiene, nutrition, self-awareness, self-esteem, financial literacy. And then we do things like teach them how to tie ties. But a key part of what we do is public speaking. We do a lot of public speaking activities with them every week, every day. We're always doing something with public speaking because we're building up their self-confidence to understand who they are. Remember earlier I said understanding who you are. Young person to talk about who they are instead of asking them to write something down and all sorts of things. When you ask them to write things or read about something, you're creating obstacles for them, because a lot of the young people they have difficulty reading, they have difficulty writing. So if you're asking them to read something to prepare, or you have to prepare, very all those, if they have penmanship, all those kind of things fall into play with that. But when you ask them to tell you something about themselves, how was your day? How was your week? What do you like about school? What don't you like about school? How are things at home? How was your weekend? What did you do? What did you like about what you did? What didn't you like about what you did? What do you like about school? When you ask a child questions and they can verbally respond to you, that is what we do for public speaking, helping them to not only just speak, but also think about the things that we're asking them, and allowing them to come to what they want out of life and where they're trying to go out of life, and how they feel about certain things. Because very rarely do you ever hear an adult ask a child how they feel about anything. It's normally you're telling that, especially as a parent. A lot of times the parents are telling the child what to do. You're going to go do this, or you're going to go to school. Not, well, how do you feel about school, and how was school today? And even that, how was school today? What did you do? What did you like about being in school today? What didn't you like about being in school? Then let them respond. See, that's what we do in the program, and that's how we do our public speaking with them. So helping them understand, we do that a lot. We say, so how was school today? What you guys do? What didn't you like about your day? What did you like about your day? And why did you like it? So now you're getting them, and, well, I liked it because, well, I didn't like it because of this. Well, I don't know why. Well, you do know. You just need to figure out how to put it into words and talk and get them to understand. And so that is what we do in the program that we do with our young people. And like I said, we're in one school right now where we really work with these kids, just helping them to develop the self-confidence and the ability to understand who they are and be able to present themselves to friends, their teachers, their peers, whoever they, parents. And so that's what we do in the program. But when I think about child support, it's not just paying out. When I child support, I think of supporting the child, letting them know that you've got their back, that if there's a problem, if there's a concern, if there's something going on with them, that they have someone that they can turn to. And that's when I asked the parents, and I said in the beginning, I said, "What is support to you? What is child support?" And we hear child support, first thing, money. But when child support, I'm talking about how are you supporting, not just financially. Are you going to ball games? Are you coming to parent-teacher meetings? Are advocating for your child says that something happening in school and he's not being treated right or not getting the response that he thinks he should be getting or she should be getting from the teachers, the principals, the case may be. Are you being supportive for your child? And so I think I want to bring this up because yesterday, one of the young men that was in my program, he had missed programs, but he came up at the end of it because he wanted to let me know why he wasn't there. And I thought it was pretty special. He could have just finished what he was doing and went home, which he was at basketball practice. He could have just went to basketball practice, finished up, and went home and got on the bus and went home. But he wanted to come up and let me know why he wasn't in the program, because he enjoys coming to the program, and he wanted to let me know I wasn't just skipping or I didn't just forget the program. I was at basketball practice. And I said, well, what's going on with basketball practice? You guys must have a big game coming up that you have basketball practice today. He said, yes, we're playing against a school that's undefeated, and they beat us once before, and we're playing them again on Saturday. And I said, really? I said, well, are you guys going to win? And he said, yes, we're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to beat them this time. And I said, now they're undefeated. He said, yes. I said, you know what? I said, okay. So I said, okay. I said, I got to go see this. I got to go support him. I got to go be there in the stands. And when he comes out to play with his team, I'm going to call his name out and let him there to support him. Show him that, I'm there. I don't know if his parents were there or not there, but I wanted to show him that what we have is not just in the classroom, that I've got your back. I'm being supportive of you, whether it's in the classroom, whether it's on the basketball, whether it's on the streets, whether there's a situation where you're, even at home, if you need assistance or, you have some concerns and you need someone to talk to, or someone to be there for you, an advocate for you, with your teacher, case may be, you got Mr. Price. And that's with all my young men in my programs. They know that I am always supporting, things and encouraging them to be the best people, not but for themselves. Because at the end of the day, is what they present to other people. And that's what we talked about. As a matter of fact, on Thursday in the program, we talked about how first impressions and how presenting themselves leaves a lasting effect and a lasting memory on other people about how they are. And so I wanted to leave a lasting effect and memory on him that, yes, I was at your basketball game. I didn't tell you I was coming. I just showed up, and they actually won. They won 32-29, and they were playing against a school called Abbott Elementary School. And they won 32-29. And it really came down to the wire. I mean, it was like maybe 32 seconds, and those kids were going at it. And they got up to 32 and went back and forth and stealing the ball and fouling each other. It was crazy. I mean, everybody was going crazy. And I looked around at the end of the game and I saw counselors from both schools, teachers from both schools. I don't know if the principals were there, but I just saw so many of the kids and so many of the teachers and counselors from both schools at the event showing support for the children. And I thought that was great. So when I talk about child support, that's what I'm talking about. when you talk about child support for a mother, how are you supporting your child? It's not just getting a check from the father and buying food and clothes. Are you going to PTA meetings? Are you helping with the homework? Are you asking your child every day, how was his day? How was her day? What does she like about her day? What was, you know, getting to know your child, being supportive of your child. Fathers, you may not be in the home, but are you taking time to reach out to that child and do some things with that child? Hey, let's go out for ice cream. Let's go out for uh some candy. Let's go for a walk. Let's go play catch. Let's sit and talk. Let's spend some time together. And you have a lot of fathers that will give an excuse, and I do call it an excuse. Well, me and the mother don't get along, and she give me a hard time. That's your child. That's a child. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And if you're willing to do what it takes to be a part of your child's life, you will find a way to do it. So don't give us the excuse that, because the mother is this and the mother is angry and the mother is, all these different things. Unless you have done something where you're not allowed to go to that house, then that's a whole different situation. And that's normally because you've done something physical that you shouldn't have been doing. And then you don't deserve to be at that house. You deserve to be in jail. But that's another story for another time. So, grandparents, how are you supporting the children? Everybody's got a role. Community, how are you supporting the children? Child support. It's not just the parents. It's not just the mother and the father. It's not just the grandparents. It's family. It's friends. It's uncles and aunts. It's the community. How are we supporting the children in our neighborhoods? I remember growing up and we had people in the community that would just, if we were doing something, and hey, or it's different these days. You can't get a child. Either the child gonna cuss you out or try to beat you up. The parents, they shoot out your windows, burn out your house. I mean, it is so scary that the communities now are not together raising. Like they said, it takes a village, but the village is on fire. The village is really on fire because we have so many issues going on in our community that we can't even help to raise. We see a child in our community that we know doesn't have a household, and it's difficult for us to reach out to try to be assistance to that family because there's so many things that's going on, and people are so reluctant to allow a stranger to be a part of their family. Things that shouldn't be taking place, with children in these households. So I mean, it's really scary. But the fact is, if you've got family, mother, father, grandparents, aunts and uncles, that should be your child support. Forget the community. Forget the community. If you don't want, I don't want people all in my business, people in my house. Okay. I don't want people in my business. I don't want people in my house. I don't want, all up in my business. You still have family. You still have the father. You still have the mother. You have the grandparents. You have the aunts and uncles. Support. Child support. That's what real child support is. When you have the support of family and friends and aunts and uncles and grandparents, money is not all that important. Money is not all that important. You run around father, well, I say pennies because that's this. That relationship that father could build with that son or that daughter to help them to have a better lifestyle is much more valuable than that 50, 100, 200, $300 check that you get every month. And I mean, it helps out. But the thing is that relationship can grow into becoming someone that they may have never imagined being because they have the mother and of the father, and they can turn to both when it's a time of need to be able to go out and do the things that they want to do in life, or if they're having problems in life, or problems in school, problems wherever the problems is, or whatever concerns, some things, especially for boys. Boys have issues that they need to address with men or need to be addressed by men. Mother, well, I'm not the father. You're not. You're not the father. I don't care how hard you try. You could give advice and you can do certain things and say certain things, but at the end of the day, the father is the father. If he chooses to be absent, or he's absent because you're forcing him to be at, what case may be, he's still the father. And so every boy a role model. Well, the father's not someone who can be a positive, be a support child. Just like they need a mother. They need that nurturing from the mother, because that's learned to be nurtured. And so often we have mothers trying to nurture boys, and that's not a boy's role to be nurtured, not to be nurturing to his wife or girlfriend or anything. That's not a boy's role. That's not a man's role to nurture. That's a mother's role. That's a female. And people, I'm sure, are going to have all kinds of issues with that, but it is what it is. A male's role is not that role. And I'm not going to get into a male's role because I posted something about that earlier, and I'm still waiting for people to discuss that. So, but the thing is, child support of your child are you? How supportive are you of the children in your neighborhood? How supportive are you with just children in general? Are you working in any kind of organizations that women who's in the household and looking for the role models, Boys and Girls Club, Big Brother, Big Sister, all those organizations? What are you doing to support the children in your community? Just a thought, just a conversation idea. Wanted to discuss that tonight while I was discussing it. Again, my name is Willie Bay Price Speaks. I'm actually done tonight. So we're going to actually talk about some real quick financial literacy. Y'all need to get y'all stuff together, because they're doing some things with the taxes and the tax returns that are making people pull their hair. To finish up with this, talking about that, I was reading some articles and some different stories about how people, and they noticed they just didn't, for some reason, people think they can outsmart the government. So extra money in their check, and their check normally was a certain amount, and they was noticing they had this extra money. So they thought, oh, wow, government hooking me up, or they done messed up, or whatever the case may be. But the taxes is that the government stopped taking out federal tax dollars on their paycheck. And as a result of that, at the end of the year, they ended up normally owing on their taxes. Instead of getting that big refund check that they were used to getting, they were finding that they now owed the federal government. And that wasn't by accident that they did that, because the government is trying to cut down on giving you those big refund checks. So that way you have to learn how to survive off of what you have. And if they don't have to give you anything back, that allows them, because you have to pay them. And if you don't pay them, they're going to hit you with all kinds of late fees and penalties and all kind of crap, because that's what the government does. And as a result of that, that money that they get to keep and not send to you, they're being able to send that to countries and helping people from other countries that come into the United States to set up housing and employment and businesses and all kinds of different things, making it available to be able to provide for them using your tax dollars and your refund check money. So that's just what to close out with, because I'm about to get off of here. But you guys need to really figure out some ways how to become more financial literate, and how to manage and maintain your money, because the government is finding ways, and they're about to set up some things with electronic banking and other things to monitor. So when you get paid under the table, you ain't getting paid under the table no, because they cut all that out. They're not monitoring. And so people who go to check cash in places, they're going to be eliminating that stuff. They're going to set up some kind of card eventually, where they're going to give you a card, and instead of you getting that check, it goes directly on your card, so they can monitor that money that's going into your bank account, and monitor how much money and where that money is coming from. And then when you owe them money, because it's put on that card that they provided to you, they can freeze your card. They can freeze your bank account. They can withdraw that money right out your account. Things are getting crazy. You need to figure out how to make your money work for you and how to manage your funding, because it's going to get crazy. It's going to get tough. People don't want to work. There's so many things going on, and we really need to open our eyes and pay attention, because you're sleeping and they know you're sleeping. And they're about, so you got a Price, Willie Price Speaks, a better you lifestyle, a mother's love, child support. How are you supporting your child? Think about it, take action, and create a better lifestyle for you and your children and everybody else around you. Have a blessed day, and I will see you guys next week with Financially You.